How many times has Jesus asked you to do something for him because he is in need of you to do it, but you don't because it seems silly? Could you imagine if the disciples, Jesus says, hey, I'm needing you to go get this donkey. What do we say whenever they stop us? Say the Lord needs it. And they say, you know what, Jesus, that's a little too crazy. I'm not going to do that. And he said to them, go into the village in front of you, and immediately as you enter it, you will find a colt tied on which no one has ever sat. Untie it and bring it. A donkey is a burden animal. It's not pretty. Have you seen a donkey, y'all? It's their U-Haul. Could you imagine Jesus rolling into the White House in a U-Haul? Horses show power. Horses show authority. But here's the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords riding on a donkey. Jesus doesn't need anything to look powerful, y'all. God doesn't need your talent. He doesn't need your singing ability or your good looks. He can use anyone and anything. We've just got to be willing, listen to this, to carry the burden of Jesus. The reason Jesus used a donkey is because this donkey was unqualified. The donkey had never been ridden. In other words, it was unqualified or trained. If God is going to use you, you don't need a degree in theology. You don't need to know how to exegete scripture. You just need a burden for Jesus and the lost. When you walk into your workplace, if you're carrying Jesus, they see that. In your home, with your family, if you're carrying the burden of Jesus, your family will begin to see that. I'm so grateful that God doesn't just use horses or tigers or unicorns or elephants. I'm so grateful that God uses donkeys like me who are unqualified, who don't deserve to be on this platform, who don't deserve to be preaching the gospel of Jesus, but I'm just filled with the burden of him and to share the gospel to the desert and to fill this place with his spirit. I'm so grateful God chose a donkey like me. Unqualified. None of us are qualified. If you're waiting to get your ducks in a row and to make sure you have everything correct before you begin sharing the gospel, you've got a backward friend. You've got to carry a burden of Jesus. You've got to say, God, I just want to be used by you. I just want your people to know of your presence. I just want my friends and family to know what you've done in my life and that you can do it in theirs too. The burden of Jesus. If you want to be used by God, fam, you've got to start carrying a burden.